Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Emmanuel, for getting us started and giving me this opportunity to be able to share this amazing, amazing opportunity. Kindly let me know if I'm audible. Kindly let me know if I'm audible. Happy, 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 happy Sunday, everybody. I am audible. All right, all right, all right. Wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Karibuni tena sana, especially for our guests who are listening to me for the very first time. My name's Rhoda Mwangi and I'll be your presenter tonight. Kindly, if you're a guest, just so that we can acknowledge you. You're the reason why we are doing this presentation. This is a presentation designed for those people who want to learn more about this opportunity. So if you're a guest, just drop a number one. Just drop a number one on the chat box. Don't worry, I will not unmute you or have you say anything. We just want to acknowledge your presence here. Yes, I can see you guys. Okay. I can see, oh, wow, wow, wow. I can see Annette, I can see Helly, I can see Susan. All these are guests. I only want to see guests. Owner of HMD Global Nokia. I can see Yvonne. I can see, hi, Molly, you are a guest. I can see Rua. I can see Sharon. I can see Anita. I just want to acknowledge guests who are listening to me for the very first time. Samuel Wambua, Karibu, Doris, Karibu, and everyone else will be joining us shortly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Dim Kanyi, congratulations for being here with us. All right, so allow me to share my screen so that we can just get right into it. All right. Okay. So allow me to share my screen. All right. I want to believe you can be able to see my screen very well. Okay, all right. So let us begin. So like I've said, my name is Rhoda Mwangi. I'm a nurse by training, but currently a business coach and a mentor, and definitely your presenter this evening. Let me just take this up here so that we don't have too much going on our screen. So why are we here on a Sunday evening like this? We are here for different reasons. But I believe for the most part, we work hard, we wake up every day to be able to have enough money in our pockets, and be able to have enough time to spend it, to be able to have a good balance between time and money. And for the most part, we are told or we are convinced that, you cannot really have it all. You can't have a lot of time to be able to enjoy your money and still be able to make enough money. For the most part, you're going to get a job that will, that will not give you enough time to have a social life, but it will make you a lot of money. Or you'll have a job that will give you enough time to, do your things, but for the most part, you will not be able to make much money. So me, I'm just here to tell you that you can have it all. You can have both money and you can be able to have the time to be able to spend it, all right? So just because you have good money does not mean you need to have little time to be able to spend it. Just because you have too much time does not mean you're going to have to compromise in making little money. You can definitely have it all. But let's look at the crisis that is in our country right now, or issues that are in Kenya right now that hinder this good balance between having enough money and having enough time. Number one, unemployment crisis. This hits the money bit 100% mostly. When somebody, let me just say, when people are graduating, the first thing they want is, can I be able to make money? Can I be able to secure some level of independence and stability? And it goes without saying, this is a crisis that is alive in our country right now. inflation and raising the cost of living. I don't think this needs a lot of explanation. When we look at how things were just 5 years or 10 years ago, here, things are not the same at all, you know. And when you look at how the way this situation is, it just tells you that cash flow is truly king. Probably you've heard that statement, cash flow is king. There's nothing that will make that more come to reality more than the issue of inflation. To the extent where now people now understand even putting small money in the bank is just not a good idea, okay? Because you need to be able to find platforms where your money is growing beyond the inflation rate. I want to believe right now it's around 4% to 5% thereabout. So that means if you put your money right now in the bank and leave it there for another year, whatever that money would buy right now, it will not be able to be enough to buy the same things time like this next year, because those things will have increased in cost. So that means that if you're making the same amount of money, putting your money where your money doesn't grow, 5 years, 10 years from now, honestly speaking, your value is getting smaller. All right, you're getting poorer, if I can put it in plain words. You're getting poorer. So the best thing that you can be able to do right now is to be able to ensure that you're keeping up with the inflation by making enough money, by truly making cash flow king. You cannot save yourself into riches. The first thing is to make enough money, then you can be able to save in order to be able to invest. COVID happened 2020, 2021, thereabout, and I believe for the most part, people were able to understand that, honestly speaking, things can change and they can change very quickly. And jobs that many people thought were, secure, my boss can never let me go. Hey, my position is irreplaceable in this company. I found out that unless you own the company, you cannot really say that you have security. COVID taught us that plan B is a must. In fact, plan B, plan C, plan D. Like, find a way to make money other than the salary or the dependency that probably you have on your employment. What else are you doing on the side? What else can you call your own on the side? Is your job title matching the income? All these are realities on the ground right now. And personally, I can relate the most to this slide. So I mentioned before I was a nurse. So I'll be able to know a little bit more about it as we continue on with this presentation. So I was a nurse by profession. Now I started off as a private care nurse, and then I proceeded on to become a diabetes nurse educator with a multinational company. So this was typical corporate job. I have my what is it called? My cubicle. I have my laptop. I have work cards. Those offices where you enter using fingerprint. Kilimani, Lenana Road. Everything looking very aesthetically pleasing, but every time my income would come in, somehow the aesthetics were not there. I remember having a gross of around 75,000. People who are employed with a gross of 75,000, once all the deductions have been removed, how much are you left with? How much are you left with? I know I have people here who have experience with these things. Somebody who is earning a gross income of 75,000. Once all these deductions are done, pay, SHA, and all these things, how much are you left with? Back then, which was around 2015, I was left with around 55,000. So you say you're a diabetes nurse educator with a multinational company, working with the modern insulin department. That means I'm only working with the top consultants in the top private care hospitals in Nairobi. But yeah, it sort of like ends there. It's not matching my income whatsoever. So if that is you, don't worry. I was literally sailing in the same boat as you, and you're going to be able to see what you can be able to do about that. Escaping the broke retiree trap. Personally, I can say this was coming in and looking at this opportunity. I remember this being one of my biggest nightmares, to end up at this age with gray hair, having given the workforce my best years, and then find myself in the streets asking that they scrap off the retirement age, that I want to work until maybe 75, somebody there is holding a placard saying, why were we not told about pension before? No job, no food. And this, for some of us who are much younger, this might look so far-fetched, because you probably feel you have so much time. By the time I'm in this age, nitakuwa nimeomoka. But let me tell you, none of these people that you can see on your screen right now had, planned that by this time, at this age, they would be in the streets. The thing is, if you keep making the same choices year after year after year, continue fearing, taking calculated risks, and completely stick to your comfort zone, most of the time, this is usually the end result. There's somebody who said, the riskiest life is a life that one lives without taking any risks. That is the riskiest way to live life. So, just like I've said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, making the same choices over and over again, and expecting from the blues that you're going to get a different result. From the blues, 2025 is going to be the best year yet. From the blues, you're going to say Happy New Year in 2026 with different results. You have to move differently. You have to make different choices. Then the different results that you want to see are going to come in. Anyway, after all those issues and the crisis and everything I've mentioned, the good news is there's always a solution. Every problem has a solution. And I want to share with you this amazing solution that came into my life when I was a nurse. Very happy with my job, by the way, I should say. Very happy with my job. I had no bad thing to say about my nursing career. And nothing bad to say about my employers. I was fortunate to get very good jobs with very good employers, but I felt I was stuck. I felt that if I continue on like this, I would be in deep regret many years from now. And I said, you know what, let me look at something I can be able to do on the side. And for the most part, when you're ready to look at something, somehow it finds you. My high school friend called Ruth called me and told me, Rhoda, come see what I'm doing. I went, I saw. What I saw that moved me the most was the promise of progress, which was what I was hungry for the most. And I partnered immediately. For me, it was a no-brainer. I partnered immediately, and I'm going to see why it was a no-brainer for me. And it's now 10 years later, and I have no regrets. I have no regrets. I did a business part-time for 8 months till January 2016 when I handed over my resignation letter. And from then on, I've been doing the business full-time. I celebrated 10 years, June 18th, last month. Okay, so you're listening to somebody who's been in this industry for the past 10 years. Now, what I can promise you as I share this presentation is this. I am not good at persuading or coercing or convincing. I don't know how to do that. 10 years later, I still don't know how to convince people. But what I do know how to do is educate. I will be able to share as much as I can about this opportunity. And all you need to do is remain open-minded. And at the end, you'll be able to make your own informed decision whether this is something that is for you or not. Please note that whether it is a yes or a no, both of those answers are valid answers. So relax, absorb as much as you can, and then be able to fully understand what exactly we are doing here. So I'm super passionate about empowering the youth to reach their fullest potential. I'm a senior manager in this business and a leader of the amazing, amazing business community called Centurion Dynamites. All right, so let's go right into it. Now, that evening, I came into the office. You guys are lucky you can be able to listen to this opportunity on Zoom. Those days, I don't know if 2015 Zoom existed. I don't know, but I had to go to the office in town to listen to this opportunity after my high school friend Ruth called me. And I remember when the presentation began, this was the first slide, your dream, our plan. Loved it because I was seated there, no business experience, no qualifications. I'm an introvert. I barely can post my face or be open the way people are open on social media. Because I'm an introvert, yes, I've been in the workplace and I probably have a little bit of a network here and there, but not the kind that you'd say, I have a very, 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 very big network. I'm going to properly rarua this business. Not really. So when I saw your dream plan, I was like, okay, if it's just a dream that I need to have and I'm qualified to look at the plan, then the dream I have. So for the guest who is listening to this, I know when it comes to business presentations or any time that you're offered an opportunity, it's very easy for your brain to start thinking am I even qualified to listen to this? Like, will I even make it? So early on, your mind will start playing tricks with you. So you don't have to. You don't have to. Like I've said in the beginning, you're just here to learn. You're just here to see this opportunity. And the fact that you have a dream, you have a goal that you want to accomplish, then you're fully qualified to take a look at this plan. So let's go right. What exactly is Forever Living Product? As you can tell from this slide, the company itself is called Forever Living Products. They are amazing Forever Living Products. So it's an international company, as you can see. I want us to go through the background. I want us to see the core details about who we are. So it's an international company. We are vertically integrated and debt-free. Now, probably there's somebody who is asking, what are those aloe veras doing at the at the background of this slide? You'll understand soon. But when you talk about vertical integration from plant to product to final consumer, we do everything. There are no middlemen who would come in to interfere with the quality of the end product. We are debt-free. We don't operate with debt. It's a cash-rich company. We are experienced with a long-standing management team. These are things I was listening to when I was a guest, and I was looking at it and I was like, okay, good. These things are making me feel confident. We're operating in over 160 countries worldwide. All right, 160 governments, approving for a company to operate in their country. That sounds good because, you can trick one government. One government can probably be oblivious to the nitty-gritty details, but 160 governments are too many to pass as a scam. We are now 47 years. We celebrated 47 years in May, and we've celebrated 47 years of uninterrupted growth, which is absolutely incredible and very outstanding for a company to boast of. We are doing business in the health and wellness sector, which is a multi-trillion-dollar global market. It's one thing to be an entrepreneur. You can see your friend selling bags, or matter where you want to start selling bags. You see your friend selling shoes. You say you also want. The thing about entrepreneurship is do your due diligence. Find out this industry, is it going to just pay me now, or is it going to pay me years and years from now? And how lucrative is the industry itself? All right. So when you look at the health and wellness sector, that one is a sector that you can definitely bank on. So I was looking at these facts and I was like, okay, so far so good. This looks like stability. It looks like a company that knows what exactly it is doing. Now, why aloe vera? Now, let's go now to the reason why we have aloe vera at the background of these slides. Now, Forever deals with health, beauty, and wellness products. As you can tell, we're in the wellness industry. Now, the core of our production is aloe. That is what constitutes the main ingredient in our products, all right? And you could be asking, what are the benefits of aloe vera? On the inside, it supports digestive health, it promotes immunity, nutrient absorption, boosts natural energy levels, and these are things that people need. Probably you yourself, you need, okay? And then on the outside, aloe moisturizes, conditions, and soothes the skin. Most of us have not had aloe vera for the first time today. You've heard about aloe vera before. You know how it is well known for its medicinal benefits, and it's absolutely amazing. Now, what exactly do we do differently? We've learned about the background of the company. We've learned why we've incorporated aloe vera at the core of our production. Now, what makes now the company itself outstanding? Number one, Forever is the world's largest grower and manufacturer of aloe and aloe vera based products. So we are not trying to see what we can do with aloe vera, okay? We actually control of over 60% of the world's aloe. So we are synonymously the aloe vera company. We hand harvest our aloe and we use the hand filleted inner leaf gel of the aloe. You'll hear somebody saying, I just boil my aloe vera. There's a part of the aloe vera you should not take. And if you take it, you probably will be okay, but there's an amount you can go beyond and it becomes toxic. So we use that pulp that is inside. That is the safest for human consumption. And it's not just that. We use a species that's the most fit for human consumption, and that is the Aloe barbadensis miller, all right? So not all aloe vera is fit for human consumption. There are over 200, 300 species of aloe vera. So Forever Living Products uses Aloe barbadensis miller, which is known to be the number plan best fit for human consumption. All right. Our stabilization process, why are we talking about stabilization? Because this is a plant. You know, just like the way you can cut an apple and then leave it on the counter. By the time it's like 3 hours, 5 hours, not even 5 hours, sometimes even 30 minutes later, the white part of the apple will be brownish. Same thing with an avocado, same thing with a banana. So same thing with aloe vera, okay? So for us to be able to make sure that by the time the end product is getting to the client and it is near what it was in nature, that is where the stabilization comes in. And that process of stabilization has been patented, meaning legal protection. Nobody can copy that process. All right. So that gives you, the guest who is listening to this, you're not worried about counterfeit products. You're not worried about companies that will come up and say, oh, we also have aloe vera like Forever's and ours is cheaper. It has never happened so far in the 47 years. I doubt if it starts happening this year. Now, our manufacturing process is aseptic to make sure that the end product is pure and it is safe for human consumption. Our products are high quality. Anybody who uses our products on the chat box, anybody who uses, if you're a user of our products, how quality is our quality? How much of quality? What is that English now? When you're talking about quality, where can you rate our products from 0 to 10? Let me know in the chat box. Users of our product, 0 to 10. 10 meaning the best of the very best. Nelly, kindly don't draw on my, Nelly, kindly don't draw on my slides. I wouldn't want to remove you from the meeting. Yes, 0 to 10. Where can you rate where can you rate the quality of our products? So our products are of very high quality. They are natural, naturally derived, and scientifically advanced. And we even have an advisory board of scientists who are very highly qualified. And you can be able to tell, I can see. I want to believe 10s are dropping like crazy. I love that. So we have a certification from the International Aloe Science Council seal. This is to say that the aloe vera in our products is of high potency and is pure. So you can be able to see the seals of approval down there. The one that you can see, Celine, kindly don't draw on my chat box, kindly don't draw on my slides. I wouldn't want to remove you from the meeting room. Yes. So you can see from the bottom left, far left, is the International Aloe Science Council seal. We've already talked about that. The next one is kosher, one of the highest rated seals in the world. The next one is cruelty-free seal. We don't test our products on animals. We have the halal seal that the Muslim community can comfortably use our products. Now, I want to bring your attention to the last seal that, at the far right. That is the Direct Selling Association membership seal. Now, this is for those who are very concerned because, you probably, joined this kind of presentations before, maybe it's a different company, or maybe you've had your fingers burned, trusting a certain business opportunity and then it ended up being a complete scam. Now, let me share a little bit about Direct Selling Association. Now, what is even direct selling? Direct selling is to mean that there are no middlemen in the what is it called, in the distribution of products by a company. So it means you who is coming into this company as a distributor, you're the direct link between the company and the final consumer. You buy products directly from the company and sell them directly to the consumer. There are no other middlemen, or there's nothing else that's happening in between that. It's you, the company, and the consumer. So every single company that calls itself a direct selling company, like Forever Living Products, because we are one of the direct selling companies, they are scrutinized by this association to make sure that they are legitimate. All right? They scrutinize the market plan. They scrutinize everything. What exactly is being sold? Is there a service being sold? Is there potential of people being scammed? So by the time you've been given a membership seal by the DSA, automatically, you who is looking at this as a guest, automatically the due diligence has already been done. People usually say after this, hey, let me go do my research. And it's okay. You go do your research. It's very, very important. And especially these days where we have ChatGPT and all these resources, you can be able to do that. But I assure you, you don't have the resources that PEC has. This is a neutral body. They have nothing to gain or lose when they give this membership or they fail to give them. They've gone the extra mile to ensure that by the time that membership sale is given to a company, you know you're looking at a legitimate business. You're not worried about being exploited. You're not worried about being scammed. Now, another thing I want to be able to share. What is the difference between a pyramid and a legitimate marketing company? Pyramids don't have products or services they are selling. In fact, how you know a pyramid, those are the people who tell you, just bring people, bring people, bring people, bring people. Now the question is, tunaleta watu alafu. Like, that sounds like human trafficking to me. Because are people the commodity or what? So the thing about a legitimate network marketing company, the business is grounded on a product or a service. Now, in Forever Living Products is the beauty, wellness, fitness products you're going to be able to see shortly. All right. Another thing, in pyramids, most of the time you're going to hear membership fee, registration fee. There are even demotions, there are fines. Forever Living Products, there are no such things as those. There's no membership fee. There's no registration fee. What you do, like any other business out there, you get a startup stock that you start your business with, just like any other business out there. The last one, because there are many, I'm just sharing the top 3. In pyramids, the people who came first are the people who earn. You're going to hear people say, here's V2. If you didn't come in as like the first people, if you're not like one of the pioneers, don't even waste your time. You're just going there to like escort these people to greatness. Now, in a genuine network marketing company like Forever, there's no such thing as who came before who, which year, who is under, who close to who, below, before. Those things are non-existent. If it was about who came in 1978, first of all, personally, I was not born. I came in here almost 38 years later. I wouldn't be here speaking 10 years later after doing this business if this was about who came before who. When you come into a company like this, a genuine network marketing company, it's about what you build once you arrive here. Okay, so when you partner with Forever, what matters is your effort and the team you're going to be able to build and their efforts. You can be able to surpass the people who brought you into the business. It won't even matter. Your effort is what brings you the money. And I was so happy to hear that, because that means it's merit. I have full control over how fast and how far I grow. And that applies to you as well. You who is a guest listening to this, okay? All right, so let's get now right into the real thing. What exactly are we doing here? How do we make money? Mike, kindly stop drawing on my screen. Kindly stop drawing on my screen. Thank you. So building a retail business. Many who join Forever do so for discounts on their favorite product. Like I said, if it's a genuine company, you're going to see the core of the business being built on the product or the service being sold. So in Forever, they say here that many who join Forever do so for discounts on their favorite products, or because they want to earn a little extra money from sharing the products they love with friends and family. So building a retail business is vital to any successful Forever business. Whether you're going to build a big business or a small business here, the most important thing here is you need to learn how to move the products into the market. Now, what exactly are we selling? We are selling drinks, okay? We are selling drinks. We are selling personal care products. We are selling skincare products. We are selling, look at the people who've been able to get amazing results. And these are just representing so many other people. The lady on the right is somebody that can be able to meet our office at Reinsurance Plaza. She's one of the staff members. Amazing lady. She's called Faith. Look at how her face looked when this was at the heat of COVID, by the way, around 2021. Look at how she looks. And she's been able to maintain this many years later. Bee products, for those people who knew we only have honey that comes from the beehive, you'll be surprised to see how much goodness comes from the beehive. Nutritional supplements, we have omega-3, calcium, vitamin C, and many more hormonal balance products. Weight management is also one of the range of products that we have. Incredible products that work. I have a client who is right now on her second F15, which is part of the weight management program. You're going to learn about that as you continue on. On the C9, she lost 4.5 kgs. 15, I'm not so sure. All I know is that she has lost 7.7 kgs in only 24 days. I was calculating and I was telling her that is almost 0.3 kgs every single day. You know, she's called Witness and she's just a happy girl. So you can be sure when you're coming in here, you're not selling things and then sleeping with your one eye open because you don't know if you're going to have somebody complaining to you that the products are bogus in the morning. No, 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 no. The products work. As you can be able to see that Sandra was able to use the scene and got amazing results. You can see Naomi there, who did the program around 2021, has been able to get the 4 years later, looking incredible. So how much money can you make selling these products? I want you to imagine a client giving you 1,000 shillings and you making 300. I want you to imagine a client giving you 10K and you retaining 3K. That's your net profit. That's what the 30% you're seeing on the screen, that is what it sounds or looks like. So you start off at 30% discount. You can grow to supervisor, which is 38% discount, assistant manager, 43% discount, and then manager, you're almost buying products at half price. Let me explain something. Most businesses, now this by the way, discount stroke profit, it's the same thing because you're buying a 30% discount means you're going to be able to make 30% profit to sell that product. Now, most businesses out here, conventional businesses, this level of discounts are not even available there. It is way less. Unless it is a very lucrative business or somebody probably got those products at a very cheap price. So these are very generous discounts. Now, the next thing, most of the time you're going to find that if it's a conventional business, there's definitely a lot of overhead costs. There's rent to pay, there are salaries to pay, there's so much, you know. Now here, all those things I've just mentioned, rent, that is covered by the company. Salaries, I've mentioned Faith. Faith is not paid by any distributor in the office. She is paid by the company. The logistics of all these products are going to leave the US. This is a US company, but all these products originate from the US. How they come from the US and land here in Kenya, that is not your business. If a container is going to get stuck at the port, it's not your business, it's not your headache. Your work is to enter Insurance Plaza and find products on the shelves. That headache is up to the company to deal with. I remember looking at this. I don't know, are our guests listening? Are we together? If we are together, drop a number 2. I remember listening to this, I was like, what? Those are the things that people who want to start business fear. How, what if I don't make money? What if I'm not able to pay rent? What if I'm not able to, the business is not able to sustain itself? You mean all that is taken care of by the company? Oh my goodness. Immediately, yes. I can see we are together. Personally, I found that very exciting. So I want to encourage you as a guest who is listening to this. Probably you're so scared of entrepreneurship. Guess what? Those things that you're scared of, that is somebody's business to take care of. Your work is to open your mouth and talk about the goodness about our products. And these are the kind of profits you're going to be able to make. How do you get started on building a retail business? First of all, be your own best customer. Now, what I liked so much about this company when I came in is realizing people use the products a lot. So those companies where people are telling you, hey, usikunywe, usimeze, uza tu. We don't know much about these products. In fact, here, I remember there was an event that I attended when I was still new in the business. And I remember one of our leaders found a toothpaste from another brand in the washroom. And she came with it to the, to the event where she was, and she was like, who is still using a brand from another company? And I was like, yeah, this is very interesting. Like, people here pride themselves. You've been able to see, I guess you've been able to see the responses from the people who use our products, talking about the quality of the products. Here you have to use the products. And it's not about that you have to. You will find yourself using them because they are so wonderful. Share the products with people that is selling the products. And the end goal is to develop 20 to 30 regular customers. Just like any other business, the end goal is a customer base. So build that customer base. All right. So up to there, if your goal is to just make profits, you just want to get into a business with products that work, products that make sense, products that have a need in the market. As we can tell, all the ranges I've shared, these are things that people are literally buying, you know, and you just want to make profits, your business can end here, where I have reached in this presentation. Selling the products, building a customer base, and making those profits. Okay? These are people who want to make probably from a range of 5,000, 10,000, all the way to probably 100,000. All right? Now, but if you want more, I don't know if there are people who want more in here. You're here and you're like, 50K is 100K. Tell me about where this 300K, 500K, one name. Tell me about big money. If you want more, drop more on the chat box. Drop more on the chat box. Encourage me to know that I'm speaking to the right audience. If you want more, say more on the chat box. All right. Now, if you want more, don't stop at just sharing products. Don't stop at just selling the products. Ebu share the business as well. What am I saying? You see the way you've been invited into this meeting? You see the way that link was shared to you in your inbox? Do that to another person. And you're not convincing them to join. No. See, you shared that you want something more in your life. You want maybe an extra income. You want to travel. You want this and that. There's somebody who wants the same things. If you exist and you have the needs that you have, I can bet you there's somebody else who is just like you, stuck, and they are praying and wondering, when will an opportunity come through? When will I get my breakthrough? They are waiting for you. I have never, for the 10 years I've been here, I've never convinced somebody to join my business. You educate people who have a need, like I mentioned, making money, traveling the world, more freedom, more time, being able to stay home with their kids and raise them, blah, 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 blah. People have different needs. Teach these people how to build a retail business as well. Teach them how to also make money. And what you'll end up having is a team. Now, this is part of my team. We were having a great time at the Windsor Golf Hotel. And this was an incentive for people who had done exceptional work. But the point of this whole thing is, it started with that girl on the far left. That is myself. You know, I said yes to this business. These people, I didn't convince them to come into the business. They expressed need to the people who brought them. Some I'm the one who brought them directly. Some they were brought in by other people in the team. At the end of the day, they were educated about this opportunity like you're being educated right now. They found that whatever they wanted was in alignment to the plan. And they said yes, and they've been able to build a business. So if you can be able to do the same thing, you'll also be able to build a team. At the end of the day, please remember, you see that illustration you can see on your left, that circle? At the center there, you can see your why. Make sure you have a strong why. When it comes to building a team, I'll not lie to you, it's an easy process. It's something that will just come overnight. You'll have to have a strong why. What is a why? The reason why, let me even start with the reason why you've logged into this meeting on a Sunday evening. You see those reasons, you see those things that you want to accomplish, have them in mind and don't let go of them. Don't lose sight of them. Now, how do you build this team? Contact somebody, show them the business presentation, invite them to a business presentation just like you've been invited. Some will join, some won't. Remember when I started the presentation, I said yes and no are both valid answers, okay? So some will join, some won't. Those who will join, well and good, plan with them and let them take action and help them start their businesses. Now, you could be asking, how many people should I start off with? Start with 5 key people and teach them to use, literally duplicating everything you've learned, to use the products. You said that is where it all starts. Now teach your people to do the exact same thing. We said customer base is the end goal, right? Also teach them how to build a customer base as well. We said if you want more, you need to work with people. Also teach them how they can also find their own 5 key people and then duplicate the same thing. As simple as that. Now, kwa mtu mwenye amelala, amka. Personally, this is the slide that made me join this business. Why? Let me explain. Working with people, you will hear statements like, you'll go fast by yourself, but you'll go far with people. Have you ever heard of that statement? If you have, say yes. You'll go fast by yourself, but you'll go far with people. You've heard statements like, teamwork makes the dream work. All right. And you probably are wondering, how do I execute this quote? How do I execute this concept in my day-to-day life? You finally found a business you can properly implement it and see money in your account to reward you for that. Let me explain. So bottom left, that illustration that has a black circle and 5 circles surrounding it. So that is you. Forever business owner, that's what we are called. We are not salespeople or sales ladies and salesmen. We are called forever business owners because, like we said, we are not paid on commissions or anything like that. We buy products at wholesale, sell at retail. The difference in between, you put it in your pocket. Wewe ni mwana biashara. You are the direct link between the company and the consumer. Again, you buy at wholesale, sell at retail, the whole markup in between is yours, which one? The one you're talking about 30% profit, 38, all the way to manager where it's 48%. Okay. So let's say you just focus on selling the products alone, which we said it's okay. By the way, building a team in Forever is optional. Now that is how you know it's a genuine network marketing company. Nobody will force you to bring people. Mambo ya kuleta watu, that is for people who want more, for those people who typed more, people who want more. If you just want to go by yourself, you can be able to just sell the products and make your clients happy. It is fine. Nobody will have an issue with you. But if you want more, you will touch other people's lives. All right? So say you're just selling products and you're putting in 10 hours per week, you're making your profits. Then you partner with 5 key people, as you can be able to see that there. The first person puts in 20 hours, the other 5 hours, the other 10 hours, the other 50 hours, the other one 30 hours. So the company will look at this and say, wow, you've not only just, you know, you're not just doing this business by yourself, being able to help other people learn how to do this business and make their own money. Now, because the company does not hire distributors, it is us who partner with other people. Because it is you who's been able to bring in these people and teach them how to be productive, the company has to remunerate you. The company has to reward you. They cannot assume that they just brought themselves here. They have to acknowledge that it is courtesy you that they're here and they're productive. So what happens is they're going to be paid from their productivity. However, you have to be paid. You are going to be paid a percentage of every single product that all these people move, and the people they're going to bring, and the people that are going to be brought by those other people. Your entire organization, every single product that is bought for their own usage or for selling, the company will pay you a percentage. So what does that then look like? It will look like this. You will have now gone from just earning from your 10 hours per week, kujitegemea peke yake. Now you will also be earning from the efforts of these other people. So it is your 10 hours plus all those hours, it comes to 125 hours. Please remember, this is still in a week. You've gone from earning 10 hours per week to now 125 hours in the same week. I want you to think about what can happen. What can happen if you're thinking about a year? What happens if you're working with a team for a year? What can happen if you're working with a team for 2 years? This is what will happen. The things that the society or the issues and the crises on the ground that we talked about in the beginning of the presentation probably have convinced you that kununua shamba lazima ukuwe na loan. Na huko maybe when you're 60 years. You cannot live freely. Hii maisha ni alone tu. Ifuliza ni mas. Itala ni ma. Like I want you to open your mind and embrace the fact that we are literally restoring hope here. And remember, this is looking at this side and having it explained, I just feel like hope had been restored. Because I was thinking to myself, you mean I'll have to wait until I'm in my 40s or in my 50s for me to start enjoying good money? Those things that you've convinced yourself or the society have convinced you that you will have to wait until I don't know how many years, I want to tell you that if you put in the effort here in Forever Living Products, remain consistent and persistent, for within 2 to 5 years, you'll have accomplished things that normally I would tell people accomplish in 10 to 5 years. Why? If you could be able to compress 125 hours in a week, isn't it possible to compress 10 years in 2 years? Isn't it possible to compress 7 years into 3 years? Yes, it is possible. Warren Buffett said, you know, if you, what did Warren Buffett say? Warren Buffett says, if you do not find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. That means kujitegemea, it sounds nice, but it doesn't work towards, it doesn't help you work towards wealth and financial freedom. So let's normalize working. Building a successful business. You could be wondering, how do you track volumes? How do you track success in this business? We call them CC. CC are just points attached to products. Every single product in this company has points attached to it. All right, and we call them case credits or CC. So you could be asking, how many should I do in a single month? 4 CC on a monthly basis. And how do you do 4 CC? Use products, sell products, and build a team. It's as simple as that. Okay, so team leading bonus is where freedom comes in this business. When you said you can have money and you can have time, now this is what you need to be able to secure to enjoy that. When we said you're going to earn a percentage of every single product that moves in your team, that is what we call the team leading bonus. And it can go up to 18% actually by helping your team build a rhythm. Who wants freedom? If you want freedom, drop an F on the. If you want freedom, drop an F on the chat box. To make money, whether your presence is there or not. This thing of you have to exchange your time for money, that is how you get into the retiree trap. That is how you end up in that retiree trap. And we don't need to do that when you have opportunities like this. Thank you so much for engaging, guys. So how do you start? You could be asking, where do we begin from? You begin by getting yourself a journey pack. Businesses out here, you're going to find people saying, it's tough. It's expensive. I had to get a loan of 200K, get a loan for 1 million. And sometimes it's a risk. I don't know if it's going to work out. Imagine coming into a business where you can earn as much as you can earn in forever. And somebody tells you just come up with 54K. Come up with 54K and come get your stock. That's it. You are a complete and full member of Forever, enjoying 30% profit. Like we said, with every 10K sale, 3,000 is yours. With every 1,000 sale, 300 is yours. Send me 54K. Like what? What? 54,000. Is it 54 or 56? 56,417. Sorry, 56,417. You're already a full member and you're called an assistant supervisor. Let's say you can't be able to come up with that 56K. You can be able to do volumes worth 73,000 within 2 months. So me, I usually say 73,056, 73,056. Just go for the 56,000 and go express and start building your business quickly. Because if your goals are urgent, go for it. That's what I did personally 10 years ago, and no regrets. Then you can grow to supervisor where you've done 4CC and you've shown 2 people how to do 4CC. By the way, you see that 4CC you talked about? Your work is to just do it and duplicate it. That's it. That's it. So you're going to accept 38% discount by doing 10CC in a month, you and your team. Assistant manager, 60CC in 2 months, done 4CC, and you've shown 7 people, you're doing 43% profit and amazing bonuses. Manager, you're doing 20CC in 4 months or 20 in 2 months. You've done 4CC, you've shown 14 people, you're doing 40% discount. The short summary of this is the higher you go, the bigger the profits, the bigger the bonuses, the more the money that you make. All right. I can give you a rough overview of what I'm talking about. In bonuses, profits, personally, from my first full month in the business, I made over 40,000 on a monthly basis for my first full month in the business, which is from July of 2015. Okay. Now, in bonuses, which is what we said, it's a percentage that you get from every single sale that is made by your team or when they buy products for their own usage. That is what we call bonuses, and you're paid on 15th of every month. It comes as a lump sum in your bank account. Now, as an assistant supervisor, as far as that bonus is concerned, that lump sum, the highest I saw was 27K. Supervisor, I remember seeing the highest as 65,900. Assistant manager, I remember seeing 98K. Manager, I remember seeing 480,000. I was 26 years living in my mother's house. I almost collapsed in the warehouse. I was like, what? You can earn as much as you want. Normally, managers make around 150K, 200K, but look at me making almost 3 times that amount. That is now what I was talking about in the beginning. Huku mambo ya nani alikuja chini ya nani, juu ya nani, mwaka gani, mwezi gani, it is a non-issue. Like, it is such a non-issue, it's crazy. Nobody cares. What matters is you have arrived. How aggressive and how hungry are you? If you are, my God, this American company will probably remunerate you. So when you get to manager, don't stick at manager and leave people hanging. Go reach back to the people who got you there and see who is committed and support them to get to manager. So when you look at this chart here, that's you in the purple circle. You're a manager enjoying 48% discounts from profits. You bring in Lucy, they become a manager. Lucy brings in Joy, who becomes a manager. Joy brings in Tom, who becomes a manager. Everybody here is a manager, so they're all a 6-figure income earners, of course, if they built their business correctly. So you're going to get 6%. No, the company look at this and say, you're not only just a manager, you've been able to develop other managers. You're definitely a leader. You're not only just a leader, you are a great leader. So you start getting what you call leadership income or royalty income from these managed businesses. So you're going to get 6% of Lucy's, which is around 120K, 3% of Joy, which is around 60K, 2% which is around 40K. So 120 plus 6 plus 40, that is 220,000 of leadership income. Now imagine if you have 5 lines of this. Haya, watu walikuwa nasema wanataka kuona mita inaingizwa aje. Are we together? Are we together till there? 220,000 times 5, how much is that? An M. That's a million. And you can build as many lines as you want. So Forever has additional opportunities to increase your income and global travel and bonuses. You know, one of the best incentives is called the Forever to Thrive incentive, where you're able to be given 40 to 80,000 on a monthly basis for 3 years for qualifying for this incentive. And how do you qualify for it? Helping other people make money. We said if you want more, you will work with people. But if your goal is not that big, you just want to make some kidogo profits, you can just sell the products and it's fine. All right? But if you want more, you will do more for people. So these are some of the people who've been able to qualify for Forever to Drive, and they've been able to get to buy their cars. You can see Christine right there with her Land Cruiser V8. You can see Marian next to her with a Land Cruiser V8. I like sharing the stories of these two sisters. By the way, the one with the white Land Cruiser, Marian, is the one who brought Christine into the business. Now, Christine, the black Land Cruiser, on her 18th month made 1.1 M. Her sister, who is her upline, her mentor, made around 700,000. I usually share that story for the people who keep insisting you come in to help other people. Okay? Now, how would it be that Marian would make less than Christine in that particular month? It would happen because Christine was the most aggressive. And she says she was still in the office and Christine was very aggressive doing this business very seriously. But just because Christine's business is still Marian's business does not automatically mean in Forever that Marian makes more. Like I said, what matters when you come into this business is how aggressive and hungry you are. You will be remunerated by your efforts. It's such a fair company. Who came 10 years before you does not matter. All right? Now, below there, below left, what is it called? Yes, is Mwikali. Mwikali got herself a CRV Honda. Now, Mwikali's story is very interesting. You know, when you know, you know. When you know, you know. She came into this business, you know, wanting more, and she sat in a presentation. How she said she saw everything that she wanted. She did her resignation letter that very night. She didn't show up for work the next day. Is she regretting right now? I doubt it. Then that is me right there. On my 3rd year in this business, I bought myself at 6 years that Audi A6. I look very confident in that picture, but as you can see me there, the only thing I could do is pose. That car was driven to that spot by the producer of this shoot. I could not drive this car. I was a very, very happy fresher at Glory Driving School. Now, the thing about this business is what I was talking about. When you understand working with people, when you understand time leverage, which is what I was explaining with the way you can achieve things that you thought you'd achieve in 10 years, in 2 to 5 years. These are the things that start happening. You start getting blessings that you're not even prepared for fully. Are we together? You'll start getting into houses you're not even, you didn't even know you'd be a homeowner in 5 years from now, but you can be able to achieve that. All right? So the bigger the goal, the more you'll have to work with people. You can see Mombi there. She was also a learner with her Mercedes-Benz. You can see right there is Dr. Was. Dr. Was brought her Mercedes SUV in the heat of COVID, guys, which is actually amazing. We have VW Babes right here. Gabbana bought her VW Golf at 24 years. We have Judy right there, mom of two, doing this business very seriously with her VW as well. Charity Gabbana built her parents a home at 3 years. So she built her parents a home at 23 years and bought a VW. I mean, these are not stories that are common out here. And if they are common, they are not done the right way, you know, and that is forever for you. That is forever for you. Judy also built her parents a home. Mombi, look at that beautiful home. Who wants to do better for their parents? If you want to do better for your parents, drop a P. P for parents. If you want to do better for your parents, be encouraged. These are real people that you can meet at the office, you know, and have them confirm to you what I'm talking about here. Beautiful, beautiful home. Haya, watu wa travel wako, as we finish off, People who love traveling, are you here? We are just from Dar es Salaam. We are fresh from Dar es Salaam Grand Success Weekend. Absolutely amazing. Actually, time like this, we were there last week. So if you want to travel, hey, karibu nyumbani, karibu nyumbani. Look at the places. Yes. You read right. That's Paris. That's Paris. This was a travel that was arranged earlier in the year. Phuket in Thailand is next up in September. Next year, who is coming to Dubai? Who is definitely coming to Dubai next year in April? Then Sun City, South Africa. Look at the destinations, guys. Look at the destinations. If you're coming to Dubai with us, say Dubai. Dubai will be out of this world. That's the global rally. You can qualify for these incentives. And when you qualify, everything is paid for you, flights, expenses, everything. And then your +1 also is paid for everything. You get to have a +1. And all their expenses are paid for, and you get to enjoy a beautiful travel. Okay? And if you qualify for what we call chairman's bonus, which is money that we get on around mid-year, could call it the 13th check. And this 13th check, you get it because you've helped other people. In fact, the best way I can describe how to qualify for chairman's bonus is you're a 6-figure income earner consistently, and you have a manager in your team who is making 6 figures on a monthly basis. Not just, unasaidia tu mtu, you help them properly live a decent life in this city, live a decent life in whatever country that they are in. You qualify for chairman's bonus. Now, the possibilities are endless, guys. The possibilities in forever endless. This is me early in the year on a helicopter ride, enjoying Table Mountains, which is one of the wonders of this world, with my girlies here, with Kali and Nancy. And I said yes to this business, telling myself, I can clearly see that there's hope here. If somebody would tell me, I would, I think this year I have taken off with a plane or a helicopter 11 times. Like, this is the year where I even got a plane leaving me behind because I got so used to planes. This is a girl who had never boarded a plane before coming in forever. The farthest I had gone was Karatina in Mombasa. You come in here telling yourself, I want to drive a car, you drive it. You tell yourself you want to be able to travel the world. You tick 11, I think I've done 11 destinations out of Kenya so far with this company. You come in here telling yourself you want to own land, you buy it cash. You tell yourself you want to help your parents retire, you do it. The possibilities are endless. But probably you're asking yourself, but will it work for me? Yes, it will. As long as you take it seriously. In any new venture, time and effort are required. Be coachable and attend all relevant training. Commit the time required to become successful. And if you're self-motivated and willing to work closely with the person who introduced you to this business, even better. Be willing to think big, dream big, and set goals for yourself and your family. Commit to having regular customers, building your team, and developing 5 key people. Be prepared to tell everyone what you're doing and have a great attitude. Because whether you want better health or better lifestyle, Forever Living Products has the products and the opportunity for you. So I want to believe with what I'll be able to share. You won't choose your comfort zone anymore. You won't keep choosing the same things you've chosen. You won't let fear paralyze you into the possibilities of a successful close of 2025 and the many years that are to come. So I want to give you a big thank you for being such an amazing, engaging, interactive audience. I've literally had a ball doing this presentation, and I just want to make it as easy as possible for you to give back feedback to the person who introduced you to this business. I usually categorize feedback into 3. Type A, you could be a type A or a type B or a type C. So what is type C? Let's start with type C. Type C would mean you've listened to this opportunity and you've loved it, and you just feel like it's the right opportunity but not the right fit for you, or not now, and feel like you probably have people that could definitely benefit from this presentation, or from the, sorry, not from the presentation, from the opportunity. Kindly get back to the person who introduced you into this presentation or to this meeting and tell them, I have some people, I have some referrals, and I'm going to be able to share them with you. I'm a type C. Type B would mean almost the same thing. You've had the presentation, but you just feel like that bit about the products is what intrigued you the most. That is where your interest lies. You want to know more about the products that this company has to offer. You feel like you're better off being a customer. Get back to the person introduced you to this presentation. Tell them, hey, I'm a type B. Tell me more about your products. Last but not least, type A. Me, if somebody would ask me what type I was back then in 15 after that presentation that Wednesday, me, I'd be like, is there type A plus plus? Because me, as a type B, for type A plus 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 plus. Now, if you're a type A, it would mean you've listened to this opportunity. And truly speaking, when you look at your goals, you look at the options that you have right now, you're like, honestly speaking, this fits right into it. This aligns to what I'm looking for. Get back to the person introduced you to this business. Tell them I am a type. Tell me what. I've already given you a Mwakenya. Arrange quickly 56,417 and get that start your journey back. Okay, and get started ASAP. However, let the person introduced you, who introduced you to this presentation, know. Let them know. I'm a type A. I'm interested in starting off. Tell me what is next. They're going to be able to share with you the next steps moving forward. So I've been told to finish off the meeting. Thank you once more, everybody. I want to wish all of us an incredible week ahead. As we finish off the month of July, I pray that the grace and the favor of God be with us, that we close strong this month of July and be able to take all our goals. Good night and God bless.